I know I said at the end of my 2024 year in review video that the next major project done would be the Veilguard video, and it's still coming, eventually, I swear, but I've been swamped with work ever since and I've already been distracted playing catch-up, so I decided it would be best to work on something smaller and snappier to warm myself up. And so, we're doing another round of the Backlog collection, because the first video I did of this concept that I put up late last year was fun to make and almost broke 1,000 views, which may not sound like much, but it means the world to me. So I've selected 5 indie games that were on my Xbox Series X to highlight for a follow-up.
Second verse, same as the first.
And something I learned during the first video is to more carefully curate my picks for a wider variety of gameplay and styles. I ran into writer's block on the first one because 3 out of 5 games I picked were platformers, 2 of which had a similar vibe. But with that, let's dig into this new spread. This is the Backlog Collection, Volume 2. Let's get started by getting down with Monster Prom, the first game by indie studio Beautiful Glitch. Announced on Kickstarter in 2016 and initially released in 2018. Not only did it reach its baseline and stretch goals, it found itself on the radar of YouTuber Jesse Cox. He played the demo on his channel and was so into the Aberration Academia that he reached out to the devs and became a producer for the game. I remember how excited he was talking about it on the Co-optional podcast, which, just to be frank, a lot of games I'll bring up in the Backlog collection that released in the early to mid 2010s, I picked up because of this podcast. Rest in peace to John Total Biscuit Bain. The legacy and insanity of the show lives on with the Geekenders podcast. But back to Monster Prom. Jesse did loads of Monster Prom videos across its updates playing with other YouTubers that also got cast in the game. I never ended up watching those videos because I meant to play Monster Prom for myself. So let's check it out and see if I fall in love. You're a student at Spooky High School, and there's only a few weeks left until prom. So in that time, you go around campus as one of 4 playable monsters doing activities and having chance encounters with a selection of Hellacious Husbandos and wicked waifus. Will you be able to woo the monster of your nightmares when you ask them out on the day of the dance? Or will you get rejected so hard that no amount of self-acceptance will let you move on from it? Just like real prom. It's not just a cute gimmick that all your potential dates are riffs on cryptids and horror tropes. Oh no, this lot is deranged. These are, after all, literal monsters, but they are also figurative monsters who will sink to any depravity in a world where anomalies and atrocities are an on-the-hour occurrence. They're crass, rude, violent, greedy, and disgusting in different combinations and ratios, and I love them all so much. The absurdist and irreverent comedy consistently hit me hard, and the partial voice acting from the stellar cast sells all their perversions perfectly. From Miranda Vanderbilt, a ditzy princess of ancient merfolk royalty who will conquer your nation for slighting her, like even suggesting the idea that her aquatic servants deserve civil rights. Voiced by Christine Marie Cabanos of Kengan Ashura, Kill la Kill, and Danganronpa fame to name a few. Damien LeVay, the demon prince of hell who doesn't give a damn unless everything around him is on fire or exploding. So if they're not, he'll usually just light those fuses himself. Voiced by Nathan Nate Wants to Battle Sharp, who coincidentally voiced a character in Pinstripe, one of the subjects of my first Backlog video. Best girl Polly Geist, who does whatever she can to dance, drink, and dope up well after her early grave, and she'll drag everyone and anyone down with her without feeling the consequences since she's already dead. Played by Sarah Ann Williams, who voiced Mirai in Boruto and Tifa in Team 4 Star's Final Fantasy VII Abridged.
Oh, sure, you can stay behind. And when I get back, I'm gonna shove my fist so far up your ass that everyone's gonna think, wow, that is the whiniest looking puppet I've ever seen!
What the f?
Shoulder deep! Cloud!
And many more, so there's bound to be at least one reprobate that's right for you. But in order to win them over, you need to work on yourself, to be the best, worst you can be. Go to the gym and increase your charm by getting more fit and being inspiring to your teammates during a tough game. You'll be so charming that Miranda and the glitzy Gorgon Vera will have to swoon in your presence. Raving outside to practice your moves and become more outgoing and fun. Polly and Damien will gravitate you being the life of the party since they crash every party they can find. Actually, go to class because you're there to learn, right? Increase your smarts to help the hipster vampire Liam come up with new ways to be pretentious and snarky. And you'll be smart enough to know how to do it in a way that looks like you're not even trying. You'll be way into that. Or you can go to the library and use the computer to send out email scams and defraud people with cryptocurrency to earn money to buy items at the shop to boost your stats. Because why would you put in the work to be a better person? That's what the money is for, to fast track your way to popularity and status. Succeeding is harder than it looks at first because this dating dating sim visual novel has a dash of roguelite elements to spice up its noxious brew. Each week leading up to the big day is split up into 3 sections. The day and night, where you choose to either attend a class or commit some level of truancy to increase your stats, and a lunch period in between where you can interact more directly with your scary schoolmates to gain hearts so they might actually like you. No matter what you do, you'll have a run-in with one or more of your petrifying peers, where you make invisible skill checks that succeed or fail based on your stats. Your standing with them could still increase even if you fail, but you could also lose stat points if your skill isn't high enough. It's like a Dungeons & Dragons DM who never tells you what skill you're using when you make checks. But no matter the outcome, it's probably going to be funny. I wish there was a little more transparency with some of the information, like what stat you actually need to impress certain characters, and to see how many hearts you actually got with them. I had to look up guides to get an idea on what I should be aiming for and what skills I needed to maintain. And even if you do meet the stat requirements, you could just be unlucky and not have enough interactions with your creepy confidant to succeed in even asking them out in the end. But you can try as many times as you need, as there are literally thousands of different events and outcomes across the different characters and random events, as well as secret endings that open up new possibilities from getting special items to trigger arching quest lines. And you don't have to try and win love on your own. Prom is a social event after all, so you can play with up to 4 people in local and online multiplayer and be each other's wingmen as you pine after your different dates, or throw each other under the bus and fight over the same one. I didn't have a party to play with, but you can get really wild playing a 4-player game solo. Yes, I realize the irony of playing multiplayer in a game about matchmaking by your lonesome, but it oddly works. It was fun bouncing between all the playable characters and setting up my ships as I juggled their stats and plans. The dopey zombie Brian trying to win over the prim and improper Princess Miranda, Vicky's overly energetic antics getting her close to Vera, Emira being made of fire made it easy to spark things up with Damien, and my spirit animal Oz, shy, introverted, trying to be the drug of choice for party girl Polly. Monster Prom is a great time, and the XXL version is pretty much the standard edition now, adding new characters and even more events so you can go back to school over and over again. I was wondering why How Long to Beat said the completionist playthrough could take over 100 hours. But Prom was only the start of Beautiful Glitch's ravenous romances, as there are multiple sequels to keep the party going in new settings. Monster Camp, Monster Road Trip, and a 4th title, Monster Con, releasing at the end of April. He said, having originally written that line in March and is only now adding this line into the script and recording it in mid-May now that the game is out. Monster Prom is ravenous fun, and if you're looking for an even spicier game also produced by Jesse Cox, play Max Gentleman's Sexy Business. It's genuinely a really fun tycoon game. Tomboy Pip Whipple is best girl. Otherwise, if you're looking for more monster macking, check out Romancylvania. While its side-scrolling combat isn't great, its characters are, and the Bachelor/Bachelorette game show conceit of the story is a lot of fun. I never did finish it though, a subject for a future Backlog video perhaps. But in the meantime, Monster Prom is feeding my hunger for love. Take a bite. You might find out that you're into it. Hey, it's Tim for VO chiming in to say, thank you for watching. I wanted to get the full video out back in March, but better late than never, I suppose. This is only the first part, but I figured it could make for a good teaser, so stay tuned for the full video coming soon. Talking about more fun and wacky indie games, ranging from a Legend of Zelda-style fraud simulator to a Metroidvania game played via pinball tables. I'm serious about both of those things. In the meantime, you can check out the other videos on my channel, including the first Backlog collection video. If you want or you're able, you can also support me on Patreon and Ko-fi. Links in the description. No matter what you do, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe and all that, and I hope to see you around.